Welcome back to Jeff Koinange Live here at Citizen Television, talking with the independents. That's what we're calling them. Kiambu Governor William Kabogo and Tetu Member of Parliament Ndungu Gidenji. They're both running as independents on August the 8th. Before I go to our tweets, Monica, if you don't mind, let's play that soundbite, because Father Wamugunda Wakimani just called, and by the way, he supports the poll. He says yes. And he was saying, referring to the president today in Kirinyaga. Let's go to that clip, Monica. All of these are
ours. Na nyinyi you ndio mtakuja kutuambia ni nani mnataka. So that is why I vote for the president.
In other translation, let the people decide.
That's exactly what His Excellency the President has said. And that's why I told you, Jeff, I will vote for him. I'm campaigning for him.
Yes, 100%.
But before, he was not for, or rather he was for the six-piece. Remember, a few weeks ago, he was pushing for the six-piece.
Yes.
Now he says, look, you decide. You people decide.
Why do you think so, Jeff? Do you think it's a change of heart?
You tell me, man. I'm not running.
You asked whether we are relevant.
Yes.
And I told you we are. He has just now confirmed that let the people decide. When? On the 8th.
But why in Kirinyaga couldn't he decide between Martha Karua and Anwai Guru? Why?
Because, look, Jeff, and this is the point.
No, there's another candidate, Jeff.
There's also incumbent.
He's independent. And he's one of the ones who you're saying is ours. NATO, he said all of these, including Dadi. So the point I was making, Jeff, and the poll that you have here is asking the question, are the independents a factor in the election outcome?
Yes.
And this is why I wanted to answer. If you look at the sheer numbers, if you look at the ones, independent candidates who are supporting Uhuruto, we'll talk about 2,700 odd. And Jubilee, 1,800. In my constituency, for example, we are 16 candidates running for MP. 10 are independent. 5 are other parties, and 1 is Jubilee. So if you expect that the work of mobilizing and taking all the kuras, the votes necessary to the ballot box to enable a 50+1 threshold to be passed, so that the margin of the win is convincing, it is positive, and there will be no quibbles and no complaints. That work cannot be left to one person in the name of Jubilee. He cannot, or she cannot.
Is that why?
The other thing you need to look at, that example.
Let me finish. If there are 10 other people who are mobilizing people to come out, look, and my brother here says it often, he has a family, may have a family. I have my die-hard supporters. If I'm not on the ballot, they're saying, okay, look, we don't have any reason really to get out and vote.
To vote apathy.
Jubilee ilishinda na bado watachukua. So wachaguane. So that's dangerous. That leads to voter apathy. And we need all hands on deck to ensure that the president's votes are enough past the 50+1 threshold so that the president can win.
The other thing
the people have decided.
The other thing you need to check on this, and this is probably on the 8th, you will have to keep record. He says there are 10 independent candidates for MP and 1 Jubilee.
Right.
I can tell you, take this to the bank. You put together the entire vote of the independent, it will be 3 or 4 times what the Jubilee candidate will get, whether the Jubilee candidate wins or not. So, does that answer your question? Will the independents cause a difference in this election? The answer is a huge yes. You get what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. Yes. The president running for re-election.
Yes.
And having to work as hard as we see him working.
Yes.
Could he end up being a one-term president?
Personally, I don't think so. I think he's going to get it. It's tough, yes. I mean, no election is simple and easy, Jeff. An election is an election. That's why he's working day and night, very hard. But his transformational agenda is easy to sell. The other side just makes noise.
Jeff, I don't think he's going to get it. I know 100% he's going to get it. Reason why? And I even told the president when I had the occasion to speak to him myself, he will get it because of the efforts of everybody working together, including the independents. I told him that the independents, and I've been saying this to everybody who cares to listen, the independent candidates who are supporting the president and the deputy president are so many and have so many supporters in this country that their efforts collectively will ensure that the president will be re-elected. If we ignore them, however, then you see, you start playing into the hands of the apathists and the voter apathy. But happily, you'll see that whether it's in the Rift, whether it's in Mombasa County, where we've been getting calls saying we must go and support the independents there, in Nyanza, in Nyamira we've been being called, all these people have networks of their supporters who are supporting the president, yet they're independent, and they're going to mobilize all those votes for him.
Again, something you need to know, Jeff, is that last election, 2013, we crossed the 50% mark with 8,000 votes.
Yeah, literally.
8,000.
8,000.
Yeah.
So really, on the Uhuruto supporters like ourselves, as independents, 2,700 of us, how many people do you need to make 8,000? You need only 3.
Daniel Wanyahora is asking.
You only need 3 people from every family. That's a wife and a child.
Okay.
To make 8,000 votes. So do the independents matter?
KAIC
Yes,
is a third force that is giving Jubilee ultimatums.
No. No ultimatum given. There is no ultimatum in our proposition whatsoever. Our position is let the people decide. What is the president's position today? Let the people decide. No contest, no conflict.
As a matter,
no
our first resolution at Kasarani, when we had a conference of independent candidates that support Uhuruto, our first announcement was that we support Uhuruto re-election 100%.
Yes.
And we have not moved from that position.
Yeah.
Yes.
Monica, can
I
we
mean, people ask sometimes, why do you support them
Yes.
and they are not supporting you?
Yeah.
We're saying, I support the agenda.
Yeah, but you don't support Ruto.
No, I support.
No, you don't.
You can't, you can't split the two, Jeff. Why do you want to create some enmity between me and that friend?
I don't actually.
That friend of mine.
No blow.
Huh?
I'm the referee. I'll disqualify that shot.
Monica, what do we have? You guys are tough, man.
Disqualify that.
Remember, the name is Uhuruto.
Uhuruto.
Yes.
I didn't say Uhuru, I said Uhuruto.
And if I say Ruto?
I support. I mean, they are one, right?
Eva, why can't they step down gracefully and give a chance to the candidates who won the primaries? They had their chance.
Democracy, Jeff. Universal suffrage and the Constitution of Kenya allows people to present themselves as candidates on the ballot on the 8th of August. Article 85 explicitly says that any person can stand as an independent candidate so long as they fulfill the following requirements, which is not being a member of a party 3 months to the elections.
Again, Jeff, step down when only 4.5% have spoken. Yes.
Look, you see,
out of 9.5 in Nairobi, because that's my best example.
If I can just
3% was for independent, right? So
Yeah.
are you stepping down because 3% said no?
Was Peter Kenneth rigged out?
I didn't finish my point.
Finish your point.
You want us to discuss Peter Kenneth?
We're not going to discuss Peter, but let me finish my point. So
Put him on the bench,
is that person suggesting, stepping down means what? That you have no democratic rights? You don't step on our rights either. We have rights to stand according to 85 of the Constitution. So why are you so afraid of letting the people decide? If you're so confident in what is happening, let people go and be chujwad by the Mwananchi. But you're so determined to deny Wanjiku the opportunity to elect their leaders that you start throwing all these things in clouding the waters, so that independents are intimidated. Let me tell you, Jeff, we are not intimidated.
I hear you. Okay. John, no, in answer to the poll, they were rejected in the same counties and constituencies. What other magic are they going to perform in order to win?
Jeff, do you need a magic to deal with 90% of the people who didn't come out to vote? No. Straight.
He didn't mention
Straight,
rejected in the photocopying rooms, because that's where the rejection happened.
Xerox must have been really...
You know, Jeff, you must be
Xerox
wondering what this photocopy business is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the ballot papers or photocopies of the Friday ones in Kiambu. You know what I'm saying?
In everywhere.
Wagishungwa says, I'm voting development, not party or
propaganda. Very good.
That's all
well
you need
done.
to vote for. Let the people decide.
Jeff, what's the question there?
There's no question. It's just a, statement.
Do you agree?
You're asking me if I'm agreeing with Mwangi K in Kandara says, independent candidates are more likely to speak if Kenyans are oppressed because they will not be so intimidated by parties.
Very good point, Jeff. And this is the point about, you have a situation sometimes where Parliament can blackmail the executive. And this has happened in the last in this Parliament, which is currently sitting in the 11th Parliament. So many instances where the ruling party sometimes even blackmails the executive and says, if you don't do this, we will not pass this.
What's not to stop you all from blackmailing the executive? Especially you independents.
You see, independents are almost like a deadlock breaker, the tiebreaker, because we look at things objectively. We're not going to be whipped into a party position. We have objectivity, but we support the government of the day. We support the president and the deputy president, and we'll be sympathetic to what they have to say.
If it's a NASA executive,
again, we still have our conscience and the people's interest at heart, because we will be listening to what whichever executive is in power has to say and see if that is best for the people of Teto or Nyeri County or any other place where we represent. So, and ultimately, Jeff, that is democracy. It's not about railroading everybody into one position and one line, because then we're back to Kanu, aren't we? And I thought we were running away from that. Unless, some people want to take us back, I don't know. If we want to go back there,
what Kenyans should be looking forward to is voting in Parliament on issues and not based on parties.
Bingo.
I mean, that's what Kenyans should be looking for.
Sure. Joe says independent candidates will have a huge effect on the presidential vote. Both NASA and Jubilee should handle them carefully. They have a serious following which cannot be wished away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Jeff, let me say, the phenomenon of independence is not new. Kenya is a country that was built on independent thinking. The struggle for liberation came from a frustration of people and saying that they don't want to have this rammed down their throats anymore, and they would risk themselves and their lives to create a situation where we have our own country in our hands. So that independent thinking has never gone away. Look at Tom Mboya. He was a very independent thinker. Look at J.M. Kariuki, a totally independent thinker. Look at Matiba, very independent thinker. Mwai Kibaki himself refused to wear the pin of KANU for how many years? Very independent, even when he was in the straitjacket of the political party and he was the vice president. So this independence, is not a new phenomenon. And Kenyans shouldn't couch it in the framework of rebellion, or these people are not towing the line. Right. Let me tell you, Kenyans have never towed the line, Jeff, and it won't start today, because we have to look for the betterment of our people in every way possible, and if this is the way to do it, so be it, Jeff.
Tweets coming in thick and fast. Jogoda Steve, you say, independents have with them the key to Tarakaniti.
Shocker.
Shocker. All right.
I noticed something funny about the Rakanini's votes. In 2002, they were, I think, 368,000. 2012, they were 400,000, and this year they're 213. What is happening?
Where are the people going?
That's the question.
Kukeluk Moses, you say, independents for the first time in Kenya's political history have a space to breathe thanks to shambolic party primaries. They were shambolic, weren't they?
Are you stating or asking?
Okay.
They were.
Sammy Kiago. Unfortunately, very few independent candidates will see themselves through the 8th.
That's his opinion. Where's his vote?
I don't know. Tell us where you're voting, by the way. Yeah. Edward Jogona, you say independents may not win, but they sure have made a point.
Yes,
you made a point.
Yes.
And look, Jubilee also may not win. NASA also may not win. That's the whole point of political competition. The key underlying factor is free and fair. It doesn't matter who wins and loses.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is free and fair. And let the people decide.
And you all think elections will be free and fair?
Yeah, if IEBC has, has
Can we say to a large extent they should be?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, they've never been without problems, without challenges.
Yeah.
But to a large extent, 90–95%,
they'll be
good.
Free and fair.
Yes.
Kimani KK, independent candidates will affect local politics, but not national politics. True, false?
False. False, Jeff.
How does it affect local and not national.
All politics is local. That's what we say in Parliament. That's what we say
any
everywhere.
effect at any level will affect the national level.
Yeah.
Yes, be turnout, or in terms of popularity of a candidate.
Yeah.
What he's probably trying to say is that those of us who are, back in Uhuruto may not change the numbers for Uhuruto, but I say it will change because all of us will go to the ballot.
Mm.
Do you imagine if I wasn't in the ballot, Githinji was not, a few people would not make it.
By the way, I tried to get Buzeki on tonight. He had a funeral and he was busy.
Our vice chair.
He's your vice chair, okay,
yes,
I see.
The vice chair.
I see. Ahmed Mohammed from Isili. He says, where is Githinji's bow tie tonight? Has it also gone independent?
Ahmed Mubarak, assalamu alaikum. I appreciate you. Good job. It's on holiday. I wait for Parliament. I was in the constituency today.
I think it's like having Jonjo somewhere without the three
without the pinstripes. Yes. Correct.
So his
it's his signature. It's a signature. Yeah. Okay, bottom line, Governor, and let's be serious here. Yes. Can you beat Baba Yao? Oh, honestly, can you beat him?
Would I be on the ballot if I don't think I would?
You told me that a few weeks ago that you're going to win.
Jeff, you still want to go back to the nominations.
I'm not going to back there. I'm saying August.
When you talk about winning, and I was here before, it's nominations. Jeff, elections are on the 8th. Are you asking me, can I beat him? Yes, I can, Jeff. I've been in this situation before.
You said yes, you can. Will you?
Jeff, I will. What's the difference between shall and can and will?
Let's ask Baba Yao.
No. You won't ask him because he will not come here. He won't come here.
That's cool.
You'd have to try it elsewhere. But having said that, I'm saying, Jeff, elections on the 8th of August. I shall win that election. And this election is about issues, is about development, and is about work. It's not about propaganda, as has been said there. Jeff, 52-48.
Good Lord.
There. I told you.
Are you kidding me?
I told you before the end of the show this thing will change. Look, this thing is not a creation or figment of our imagination. And you know, I often laugh because people say, oh, you guys, you know, you've done. It's not us. It is not Kabogo. It's not Githinji. It's not Buzeki. It is the people of the Republic of Kenya.
So if you go back to winning,
threatened,
if you go back to winning,
yes,
2002,
yes,
again you like the word lost, nominations to Kanu,
yes,
and I took the seats, 21 against 15.
Did George Thuo beat you?
2010.
Yes.
Again, same situation.
Yep.
We went, you remember the Tharakanithi bus?
Yes.
That was late?
Yes.
Juja POs were missing.
That was your Tharakanithi.
Kivoito statement of where he doesn't know where they're being cooked.
Yeah.
I went to court and we got a by-election.
Correct.
Jeff, I won that election. On a Monday, a working day, 45,000 against 15. So can I win again? Yes, I will win again.
Dungo?
Yes.
And you don't want to go back to the nomination, but I'll just touch on it a little bit, because you came fourth in the nomination. According to those figures, you came fourth.
I came first the first day, Jeff.
Okay.
Which day do you want to use? let's be clear. Which day do you want to use? Okay. Or we can toss a coin and decide.
Which day?
Yeah, which day do you want?
Let's use August the 8th. Are you going to win?
I believe so, Jeff. Ask me why.
Why?
Because I think I've been faithful to the manifesto that I gave the people of Teto. I've been faithful to the aspirations and dreams of the people of Teto. We have done a lot of work in dispensing bursaries for people to go to school, for young men and women to go to school. The CDF money that we have been allocated over the course of the 4 years has done tremendous work, Jeff, in building and renovating schools across the constituency. In fact, I think this is the first time in the history of Teto that we no longer have wooden classrooms in our constituency. Believe it or not, 54 years after independence, we still had wooden classrooms in our constituency, Jeff, and this is now a thing of the past. Many projects are now coming to realization. I said the water project, Kaigoji irrigation scheme, Kaigoji Yagodigaki irrigation scheme, and others, the Kiadogorok Dam, the Donyo Jero Engineer, Hither Road. Many things are happening that are transforming the lives of people in Teto, and I think Kenyans, including people in Teto, would want to see continuation of development and not a cessation of development.
Are we going to see this as just a hiccup, what happened in the nomination for you, for your career in politics? Was that a hiccup? Was that a wake-up call?
I wouldn't say a wake-up call, Jeff. Look, this is a calling to serve. We're public servants. We're not self-servants. We're not seeking to serve ourselves. And I've said we're only doing this because the people have asked us, please come back, do present yourselves, and we will give you the vote. In my case, personally, I have faith. I have ultimate faith in the people of Teto. When they told me that, to come back and they will give me the vote, I have 100% faith that they will do that, and that's why I've presented myself, along with all the sacrifice that goes with being a public servant.
Governor,
yes.
What's it like riding in the back of a border?
It's fun.
It's fun.
It is.
Is it humbling?
So fun.
Not humbling. It's fun. I mean, remember that.
You never did that before?
No, I did before. Look at my.
Maybe a 1200cc motorcycle.
No. On borders before. I've done that many times. Jeff, the easiest way to get out of Thika is a border. So what you need to do is leave your car at the petrol station out there and jump on a border from the office.
With the reflector?
Of course, yes.
And a helmet.
With the Biashara Fund reflector, because we have to advertise Biashara Fund. Okay. Most of these bikes are bought by Biashara Fund.
Eating in a Kibandansky or Kibanda.
Remember 2010, there was a very nice photograph of myself, which I actually have put in my office, of me eating githeri. Jeff, githeri in the village is better than the githeri in Nairobi.
Of course, 100%.
It's original. It's the best. Not
it doesn't have Royco.
You know,
Sorry.
people want to think, Jeff, that it is bad to eat in a kibada.
Sure.
That is fresh food.
Yeah.
It's not food from the fridge.
Yeah, but it's been humbling for you, hasn't it?
It's nice. People connect with you. You connect with them.
Yeah.
And then as you eat and drink tea and mandazi in the kibanda, you're now down there listening to what it is they're saying.
Yeah.
But that, having said that, not that I should leave my office now and live in a kibanda, Jeff. When am I going to ever work?
Sure.
I need to get to work.
Gentlemen, I'm going to give you 1 minute each for closing remarks, okay? Mheshimiwa,
Jeff, you need to first sort this out. It's 53 now.
And climbing.
And it's climbing.
And it's climbing.
It's climbing.
So Kenyans are saying,
crazy.
Kenyans are saying, yes, there'll be an effect on elections by independence. So we want to say, let's go. Independence, NASA, KANU,
Is it a game changer?
Is
this a game changer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It is a game
Absolutely,
changer.
Closing thoughts, Mheshimiwa, you first, that's your camera.
Well, I'd like to say that it's been an honor to serve the people of Kenya, and particularly the people of Teto. And in this capacity as the Secretary General of the Kenya Alliance of Independent Candidates, we are proud to have this opportunity to form this alliance, to speak for all the independent candidates in the Republic of Kenya who are supporting the election of Uhuru. And in my constituency in Teto, of course, the people have spoken, they have said that they want to be the final arbiter, the final decision maker, the final selector and elector of the leaders that will serve them. And I trust and have faith totally in the people of Teto and the people of Nyeri County, in their wisdom of choice in selecting not a party, not a suit, not a material, but a person, an individual, a leader who is capable, able, ready, willing and able to deliver their thoughts, dreams and aspiration to fruition. And I know and I trust that in the case of the great commonwealth of the people of Teto, that person will be Dungo Gidenji, and I know and I trust 100% that in the presidency it will be Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and the deputy president will be William Samoei Arap Ruto. And that, Jeff, is what we as KAIC and the independent candidates who are supporting the re-election of Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto are fighting for day by day.
All right. Governor, you get the last word. That's your camera.
Simple. People of Kiambu, thank you. Thank you very much indeed for trusting me in what it is that I do. Let's get up early morning on the 8th. Let's go and vote issues. Let's go and vote for development. And I'm happy that you now have realized that propaganda doesn't work anymore in politics. I know tomorrow people are planning to do some demonstrations about myself and the statements that I have made about the support for the Deputy President, and I'm saying I support Uhuruto re-election fully, and for one good reason, their transformational agenda for Kenya to continue. The same agenda that I have to transform Kiambu. Let's vote on the 8th. Vote Kabogo and vote for work. And that's why I say in my hashtag, Kaba Kabogo.
Kaba Kabogo.
Yes, that's the hashtag.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for opening our eyes to this fact here. Fact that
it closed at 54. It closed at 54.
Monica, is that what it is? Is it 54%?
I saw it change.
And by the way, in the beginning, it was the other way around.
We told you it's going to flip. It has to be the other way around.
53 for the Senate.
Not bad. Yeah. Not bad. It's an eye-opener, if anything.
If the trend is anything to go by, it started at 42.
Correct.
58.
And look.
So the trend is upwards.
No
so
doubt.
if we do it for another half hour, it should be 60 foot.
You want to stay on?
And that tells you something.
Are you guys busy? We could stay on, man.
Let's do this.
I'm not doing anything.
Let's do this.
We're
We're about to say.
We're good. Again, this is free.
And fun.
Yeah,
gentlemen, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for driving all the way from Tetu today.
No, you're most welcome.
All evening. And
thank the people of Tetu
for allowing
me go.
But again, Jeff, it's also good to invite our colleagues on the other side.
Inviting everybody.
Those who oppose us, so that we can come here and discuss issues.
Sure.
You know?
I'm inviting everybody's invited.
Please do.
Look, there's 40 days and 40 nights left.
You know, I walked into the changing room and I found Honorable Waitito there.
Yes.
And I thought, Jeff, he made it.
Yeah.
Jeff made it.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
you made it.
You thought I swung it.
Yes, last time you tried. I wasn't going to run like Moses.
I know.
Was it Moses Kuria who ran? I wasn't going to run. I was going to sit here and do business. So please invite them here. And when they get here, let's talk issues. And let's not talk nominations. Please.
Yes, please.
Otherwise, next time I'm gonna come here with you know, recordings of what happened
and play them.
Yes, or photocopies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And next time when I come and you talk nominations, I'll bring my own fire extinguisher. I'll extinguish you there. Let's talk the future. Let's talk going forward.
Looks like both of you have lost that arrogance you had once, huh?
Arrogance?
You know, people think you're arrogant because you're firm, Jeff. I said this before. Why would you want to be arrogant? What is arrogance if we go to the Oxford Dictionary? Yes.
Jeff,
there's nothing that I do.
You're the first person who's accused me of arrogance.
You're kidding me.
Absolutely, I've never heard that.
You're kidding
no,
me.
what is
never,
ever
heard that before.
rubbing off me.
I should stop hanging around.
No, don't stop.
Or I'm making him less arrogant.
Thanks so much, guys.
Excellent.
All the best.
It was a pleasure.
Good luck on the 8th, all right?
Thank you, Jeff.
And remember, 40 days and 40 nights, you saw that poll. You can't make this stuff up. Maybe this is a game changer. Maybe this is what this country has been waiting for. Think about it. Keep tweeting at Kabogo, at Gidenji, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag, as always, is JK Live. Thanks so much for being a part of this show tonight. Remember, every Wednesday, those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other. JKL, right here on Citizen Television. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. Good night, good luck, and God bless the independents.
Amen.
Governor Santiago.